So today we are going to start with polynomials. This is chapter number 2, class 9, CBSE. So I have taken this content from Ncert book. So the topics which are mentioned in this particular block are polynomials, remainder theorem, factor theorem. So we are not going to cover all the topics of the chapter in one video. We are going to cover only first part of the chapter, which is about polynomials. So we are going to learn about basic terms of polynomials. We are going to learn about polynomials in one variable. We are going to learn classification of polynomials based on number of terms and based on degrees. So let's see what are polynomials first. So polynomials are algebraic expressions that are consists of variables, constants and exponents that are combined using variables, constants and exponents that are combined using the mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So if we see polynomials, the name itself says poly plus nominal. Poly means many, nominal means terms. So the expression, the algebraic expression which has many terms are also called as polynomial. Now what are the terms used in the polynomial? If we see, this is an algebraic expression 2x square plus 4x plus 6. In this 2 and 4, these are the numbers attached to the variable. So the numbers that are attached to the variable are called as coefficient. X square x, these are the alphabets. A to Z, any small letter. These are alphabets which are called as variables. Then the number which I have circled with blue color is the power of variable, which is called as exponent. And the number which I have circled with green color is the only number. It does not have any variable along with it. It's called as constant. So these are the main terminologies that we use in polynomials: exponents, variables, constant and coefficient. So let's learn them in detail. What is the meaning? Variables, any alphabet is called as variable, and these are the common alphabets that we use: A, B, C, P, Q, R, X, Y, Z. So these are called as variables. Now, if the number is written alone, it is not accompanying any variable, then it is called as constant. So 2, 3, 10, 45, 9, these are called as constant. And these are the terms, the number, only number, the number in combination with variables. These are called as terms. So you can see 2x is one term, 10y is one term, and 3x square plus 4x plus 14. This is combination of three terms together. Now coefficient. In the term 2x, 2 is attached with the variable x. So 2 is the coefficient of x. In the second term 10x square, 10 is the coefficient of x square. Exponents are the powers. Now this is the numerical expression: 22x square x raised to power 5 plus 19x cube minus 10x minus 8. So here 5 and 3, these are the powers of x, which are called as exponents. So based on this terms which just now we discussed, what are the coefficient, variables, exponents and all. Based on that, let's discuss question number 2. So the question is, write the coefficient of x square in each of the following. Now if you see the first example, 2 plus x square plus x. Here in front of x square no number is written. That means the coefficient of x square is 1. If no number is written, the coefficient is 1. If we say second term, now they have asked the coefficient of only x square, so we'll not go for x cube. Now let's look at the term x square. Again in front of x square no number is written. That means coefficient of x square is 1. But here x square is negative, so the coefficient will be minus x. Here the coefficient of x square will be this one, pi upon 2. And here coefficient of x square will be 0 as x square is not mentioned here. Now to solve other questions, we need to clear few concepts. Let's discuss the other concepts. Then the next concept is polynomials in one variable. So there can be more than one variable in any polynomial. So if you see on my screen on the right hand side, I have shown some examples. These examples are having variable as x. In the right hand side of my screen, the polynomials in y. Here polynomial variable is used is y. So sometime only one variable will be used, sometime two variables can be used, sometime more than two variables can also be used. Now this is one algebraic expression where only one variable used, that is x. 4x raised to power 5 plus 6x raised to power 4 plus 9x cube minus 10x square plus 7x plus 5. So here only one variable is used. If you look at the second example, here two variables are used, that is x and y. 4x square plus 3xy plus 2y square. So the examples or the numerical expression in which only one variable is used, those are called as the numerical expressions with one variable. If two variables are used, like our second example, we call them as numerical expressions with two variables. Now let's discuss the examples based on the numerical expression. So the question is, which of the following expressions are polynomials in one variable and which are not? State reason for your answer. So before going to that question, let's see. One variable means we have to check for only presence of one variable, and we also have to give the reason. So let's first discuss the reasons that we need to check. First, we have to check that polynomials must have only one variable in that. Second, we need to check the exponent of variable should be positive. Exponent of variable should be positive integer. Whatever is exponent, that should have positive value. And the exponent of variable should be a whole number. It cannot be integer. Okay, so let's see the first example. 4x square minus 3x plus 7. Here only one variable is there. Power exponent is 2 in case of x, and here 1. So yes, this is the expression polynomial with one variable. If you look at second example, two terms are there. Variable is 1, that is y, and the power is 2, which is positive. So yes, this is also a polynomial with one variable. If you look at third expression, 3 under root t plus t under root 2. Here this 2 t is not having an issue, but this power of this t is under root. So the power will be 1 by 2, which is not a whole number. So this is not an example of polynomial with one variable, because the power of t, the exponent of t will be 1 by 2 as t is in root. Let's see the fourth example, that is y plus 2 upon y. Here one variable is there, but the second y is in denominator. So the exponent of this y will be minus 1. When the y is coming up, the power will be minus. Let's see the third example next. So this is also not a polynomial with one variable. Now the next expression is x raised to power 10 plus y cube plus t raised to power 50. But if you see here, three different variables are used. So this is also not a example of polynomial in one variable. So only first and second are our answers. So now let's to solve the next questions from the same exercise, we need to look for the other concept. Now if you see the constant 2, 12, 5, 8, these numbers, if only the constants are present, if only number 2 is written, number 12 is written, so these are also polynomials which we called as constant polynomials. And if only 0 is there, then 0 is also a constant, which is, if 0 is a constant, then this polynomial is called as 0 polynomial. Now how to denote polynomial? If you want to represent polynomial, so we can denote it as P of x, Q of x, R of y, S of u, like this. Now, as we saw in our aim that we are also going to learn about classification of polynomials. Okay, so let's see the classification of polynomials based on number of terms. So, based on number of terms, polynomials are classified as monomials. Monomials means monomials, one term. The polynomials with only one term are called as monomials. Binomials, binomials. So, binomials means the polynomial with two terms. And trinomials, tri means three. The polynomials with three terms are called as trinomials. So based on number of terms, we can classify our polynomials as monomial, binomial and trinomial. So based on degrees of polynomials also we can classify our polynomials. So this is one example, 5 y raised to power 6 plus 4y square minus 6. So here the degree of first term 5y raised to power 6 is 6. The degree of second term 4y square is 2, and the degree of the constant, on the head of constant nothing is written, so the degree is 6. So these are the degrees of polynomials. And if you want to see the degree of the whole polynomial, also if we see the power of first term is 6, the power of second term is 2, and the power of third term is 0. The highest power of highest power is 6. So the degree of polynomial we will say is 6. So the degree of non-zero constant polynomial is always 0, and the degree of zero polynomial is not defined. As we can see here, constant number is written 6. So if the constant is there, the degree of constant, if it is non-zero constant, then the degree will be always 0. So based on the degrees, we call we divide polynomials as linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. If degree is 1, we call it as linear polynomial. If degree is 2, we call it as quadratic polynomial. If the degree is 3, we call it as cubic polynomial. Now in case of linear polynomial, degree will be 1. The number of terms will be, if it is only having one variable, then at most there will be only two terms, and the general formula is written, example is written. If it is a quadratic polynomial, the degree will be 2 and at most it will be having 3 terms. In case of cubic polynomials, the degree will be 3 and maximum number of terms in the polynomial with one variable will be 4. So we have done with question number 1, we have done with question number 2. Now let's see the question number 3. Give one example of each of a binomial of degree 35 and a monomial of degree 100. So you can write any example. Now we want binomial of degree 35. So we can write a raised to power 35 plus b raised to power 2. So the degree will be 35. Then monomial of degree 100, so I can write x raised to power 100. Then the next question is, Write the degree of each of the following polynomial. Let's see the first expression. 5x cubed plus x, 4x square plus 7x. So the degree of first term is 3, second term is 2, third term is 1. So the highest degree is of first term. So the degree of this expression is 3. Let's see the second question. 4 minus y square. So the degree of 4 will be 0, as we see that the degree of constant polynomial is 0 and degree of y is 2. So the highest degree is of second term. So the answer will be 2. So the next question is 5t minus under root 7. So the constant is t is having degree as 1 and this is the constant. So the degree will be 0. So the highest degree is 1. So the answer will be 1. And for 3, since it's a non-zero constant, degree will be 0. Power will be 0. Your answer will be 0. So we have done with question number 3. Question number 4. Question number 5. Classify the following as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials. So we have seen if degree is 1, 2 and 3. Degree is 1, we call it as linear. Degree is 2, we call it as quadratic. And degree is 3, then we call it as cubic. So let's see the first expression. X square plus x. So highest degree is 2. So it is linear. X minus x square. Cube. My highest power is 3. So it is cubic. Here highest power is 2. So it is quadratic. Here highest power is 1. So it is linear. This is also linear. Power is 2. So this is quadratic. And here power is 3. So this is cubic expression. So with this we are done with exercise number 2.1. Exercise number 2.2 we will see in the next video.